Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we plunge into fascinating sources to uncover timeless truths and maybe give you those aha moments that, make you feel truly well-informed.
Glad to be diving in.
So today we're embarking on a journey into, well, a really profound and ancient source of wisdom. We're talking about Psalm 27.
Penned by King David himself.
Mm.
A very powerful, very personal psalm.
Exactly. And our mission for this deep dive is really to unpack David's incredible message. It's got this amazing blend of confident trust, but also this really heartfelt plea.
That's the core of it, yeah.
And we want to see how its timeless truths can, well, anchor us, strengthen our faith, and maybe encourage obedience in our, modern lives.
Absolutely.
What hits me right away about Psalm 27 is how David just starts with this incredibly bold declaration, total fearlessness.
Right out of the gate.
He opens with, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid?" I mean, wow.
It really throws down the gauntlet to fear, doesn't it?
It really does.
And what's so fascinating, as you said, is that dynamic blend.
Yeah.
Psalm 27 isn't just, one single note of confidence.
Yeah.
It's more like this profound spiritual journey David takes us on.
Yeah.
It kicks off with this raw, almost defiant faith in God. God as his light, his salvation, his stronghold, like an unshakable foundation.
Yeah, rock.
But then, as you keep reading, it shifts. Subtly, but powerfully. It turns into this earnest prayer, kind of vulnerable actually, asking for guidance, for protection.
Acknowledging the danger.
Exactly. Acknowledging the very real threats. And then it ends up with this powerful call to wait patiently and stay courageous.
Okay.
So it's that movement,
Yep.
From bold confidence to open vulnerability and then to this steadfast, hopeful resolve. That's what makes it so incredibly rich for us today, I think.
It mirrors our own lives, doesn't it? That up and down.
Completely. Our own fluctuating faith when things get tough.
So let's dig into that opening confidence a bit more. David isn't just saying, don't be afraid. He's giving a reason why.
Based on experience.
Right. He says, "When the wicked, even mine enemies and my foes, came upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell." This isn't just theory.
No, he's seen it happen.
He's clearly drawing on past victories, real, tangible moments where God already showed up as his protector. He's basically saying, look, I've got receipts.
Oh, right. Evidence.
And he takes that track record and projects it forward. "Though a host should encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war should rise against me, in this will I be confident."
So it's not blind optimism.
Not at all. It feels like an active, deliberate choice.
Yeah.
Placing faith over fear, seeing God as the ultimate protector against anything, any enemy, any danger.
Any darkness, yeah.
Which is profound when you remember his life. David wasn't facing, vague troubles. He had King Saul hunting him down.
Betrayal from close friends.
Leading a nation through constant war. His confidence wasn't born out of comfort, was it?
No, it was forged. Forged in the crucible of constant threat. Precisely. This isn't some naive confidence. It's battle-tested. And he's drawing on God as his stronghold. That term, back then, it literally meant like a heavily fortified place, almost impregnable.
Like a fortress in the desert.
Exactly. A rock fortress where you could retreat and be safe from armies. David's using that powerful, tangible image for God, an absolute secure refuge.
Wow.
So this commitment to faith over fear, it's foundational. It tells us true security isn't found when threats disappear or in our own abilities.
Right.
It's in God's unwavering presence as our protector. It's really a call to obedience, isn't it?
Yeah.
To actively choose trust even when everything around you is screaming danger.
Choose trust. I like that. And then David makes this incredible pivot. It's almost jarring after that bold start.
The shift.
After declaring all that confidence, he says, "One thing have I desired of the Lord, that will I seek after. And what is it? That I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord, and to inquire in his temple."
Yeah.
This is where it gets really captivating for me. He's not asking for more power.
No revenge on enemies.
Not a bigger kingdom, not even just safety. He wants one thing, to be in God's presence. Now, for someone leading armies, running a kingdom, how does that translate for us, practically, in our busy, distracted world?
That's such a crucial question. And I don't think it's about retreating from life. It's
Oh,
more about orienting your whole life around God's presence,
Mhm.
dwelling in the house of the Lord, beholding his beauty. For us now, it's probably not about a literal building.
Right.
It's this poetic, profound way of saying, David just desires to live in constant conscious awareness of God,
Yeah.
his presence, his guidance, his character.
So being mindful of God throughout the day.
Exactly. In our culture, which is just relentlessly
Yeah.
distracting, right? Always scrolling, chasing the next thing, consumed by what feels urgent.
Totally.
David's single desire is this powerful reminder: pause, reflect, intentionally return to what actually sustains us spiritually.
Recenter.
Yes, recenter our focus on what truly matters. And that, in turn, helps align our desires, our actions, with what pleases God. That's a profound act of spiritual obedience, actually.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
And it directly strengthens our faith because it shifts our focus off earthly anxieties and onto divine truth.
So it's about actively carving out space for that connection, that deep, intentional connection. And he reinforces this idea of refuge too, doesn't he?
He does.
He says, "For in the time of trouble he shall hide me in his pavilion. In the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me. He shall set me up upon a rock." It's not just wishful thinking.
No, it's a declaration of knowing exactly where to find that impenetrable sanctuary, that divinely appointed shelter when the storm hits.
A safe place?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
God isn't just some distant helper. He's presented as an intimate, personal refuge. The imagery, being hidden in a pavilion like a royal tent of protection.
Or the sacred tabernacle.
The very dwelling place of God, set up on an unshakable rock. It just reinforces that deep sense of security, that protection that only comes from deep, abiding faith. It really speaks to us creating our own personal spaces of refuge, whether that's a quiet corner for prayer or spiritual habits like, reading scripture, journaling.
Places we can connect.
Right, where we can truly connect with God and find renewal. And that act, seeking and cultivating refuge, it's a practical step of obedience. It's acknowledging God's active role as our protector, our provider, right in the face of our fears.
Okay, now here's where the psalm gets incredibly relatable. That universal human experience part.
The vulnerability.
Yes. After these huge declarations of confidence, David doesn't pretend everything's fine. He pivots to this raw, almost desperate vulnerability. He cries out, "Hear, O Lord, when I cry with my voice. Have mercy also upon me and answer me.
It's so honest.
And then hide not thy face far from me. Put not thy servant away in anger. Thou hast been my help. Leave me not, neither forsake me, O God of my salvation." This is where his humanity, his real fear, his desperation, it just shines through, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And this is such a crucial part of the psalm and a vital lesson for us, I think, in handling our own challenges.
How so?
Well, David doesn't hide his fear. He doesn't hide his desperation behind some mask of perfection.
Right.
He brings it directly, honestly, straight to God. And that shows us that faith doesn't always mean feeling strong or, having all the answers.
Sometimes it means trusting while you're trembling.
Exactly. Trusting while trembling. This kind of honest prayer in crisis is such a powerful example. It encourages us to be transparent with our own fears, our anxieties, our uncertainties.
It's okay to not be okay, basically.
It teaches us that authentic prayer isn't weakness. It's actually the starting point of strength. And it's a profound act of obedience, too, bringing our whole selves to God, fears and all, instead of bottling them up.
And that deepens faith.
It has to, right?
Yeah.
As we experience God meeting us right there in our weakest moments.
That's a powerful distinction. Faith isn't avoiding fear, it's bringing it to God. And he even makes this almost shocking statement later.
About his parents?
Yeah, "When my father and my mother forsake me, then the Lord will take me up." I mean, that's radical trust, isn't it?
Ultimate trust.
That even when all human support fails, even the most fundamental relationships, God will still be there. And amidst this vulnerability, he asks for practical help.
Very concrete help.
"Teach me thy way, O Lord, and lead me in a plain path because of mine enemies. And deliver me not over unto the will of mine enemies, for false witnesses are risen up against me." He's asking for real direction, real protection from real dangers.
It just underscores how intensely practical faith is supposed to be in our daily lives. David sees the tangible threats, enemies, false witnesses, but he turns to God for guidance and deliverance, not just like emotional comfort.
Right. He needs a way through.
And that desire, teach me thy way, lead me in a plain path. It's a plea for divine wisdom, for moral direction in a world that's complex and often deceptive. It highlights that an anchored faith leads to an obedient life, actively seeking God's will, God's direction, even when the path is hard or unclear.
So when we face, say, job uncertainty or conflict in relationships or opposition,
This psalm guides us. Seek divine wisdom. Seek protection. Don't just rely on our own limited understanding or give in to despair, Pursuing God's path directly strengthens our ability to walk in his ways. It builds that obedience muscle.
And he wraps it all up with that incredibly poignant statement in verse 13. I had fainted unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living.
Such a powerful admission.
Followed by that famous call to action. Wait on the Lord. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord.
So, okay, what does this final message, this courageous waiting, mean for us today in our fast-paced, uncertain world?
Well, it ties everything together beautifully, I think. First, that believing he'd see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. That's about hope.
Hope beyond the immediate.
Exactly. Hope that transcends current circumstances. It anchors our security in something way bigger than us, and that helps replace anxiety with, well, anchored faith, which is so relevant today, isn't it? With economic stress, health worries, global conflicts.
Just starting your day or facing something tough with an affirmation like, the Lord is my light. That can be incredibly grounding, a reminder of God's constant presence and help.
Bolstering faith, empowering obedience, not just reacting.
Right. And that waiting, you touched on this earlier, it's not passive, is it?
Doesn't feel like it, not just sitting around hoping things change.
Not at all. Wait on the Lord.
The Hebrew word implies something active. Hopeful expectation, patient endurance, even confidently binding yourself together with God.
Active waiting.
Active waiting, yeah. It means stay grounded in God's character, stay faithful to his word, don't give up hope, even when answers are slow or the path seems blocked. It's this courageous, hopeful persistence despite delay or adversity.
That builds resilience.
It absolutely cultivates true resilience in our faith journey. It shows our faith isn't just for the good times. It's about actively trusting, standing firm in those waiting periods, knowing God is at work.
Even when we can't see it. Even when we can't see it or understand his timing. This active, obedient waiting, it builds spiritual muscle. It deepens our relationship with God in really profound ways.
Wow. So, okay, bringing all these threads together from Psalm 27, we see this incredible journey, don't we?
A full arc.
From that bold confidence forged in experience to honest vulnerability facing fear, and finally, to courageous, active waiting. It really feels like a complete guide for navigating our own complex lives.
It really does.
These insights, replacing anxiety with anchored faith, focusing on what truly matters, creating those spaces of refuge, being honest with our fears, waiting with courage, they directly encourage us to live more aligned with God's ways.
And significantly strengthen our faith today.
Yeah, it's just a testament to how these ancient words are truly timeless. A blueprint for resilience and trust.
Exactly. And I think the takeaway is that true faith isn't, the absence of fear.
Right, we established that.
It's the courage to bring that fear honestly and completely to God, just like David did. And that active waiting he describes, that's one of the most profound acts of trust we can actually demonstrate.
It's not just enduring.
No, it's confidently expecting God to act, knowing his character is good, his presence is near, his timing is perfect, even when we don't get it.
That is such a powerful thought to carry with us. So maybe the question for you, listening, is this. When faced with fear, have you found strength in bringing your true feelings honestly to God, as David did in Psalm 27?
Good question to ponder.
We invite you to continue your own deep dive into these powerful truths.